James. Down the lane. Lakers up 7. Corner 3? No. Kyle Kuzma, baseline. Dunks on everybody. LeBron with a triple-double through 3. Things get tight in this one. Lakers messed around with the Pistons in the last game, didn't they? They go to overtime.
Messing around tonight, too.
Messing around, 4-point deficit.
1 on 3.
LeBron James. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this guy can do it. Game high 29. Here come the Lakers. Wesley Matthews, 3-ball. Next possession. Off the aggressive defense, here comes the steal. Schroeder, LeBron James in transition.
Don't get in front of that.
Game was tied. Good ball movement. Schroeder, head fake, got defenders off the floor. Big hit. Now it's a 3-point game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, foul? Hands part of the ball. You tell me. Jump ball.
Ball don't lie.
No, the ball don't lie. We know that that is one of the truths of the game. Gilgeous-Alexander, a pump fake. KCP fouls the 3-point shooter. The Cardinals sing. Gilgeous-Alexander to make all 3 to tie it. Does look like LeBron had something maybe dialed up. They call a timeout. What's it going to be? James challenged by Dort. Can't make the 3. We head into overtime. In overtime, Matthews again makes this reigning championship team deeper. They have a lot of options. Matthews hits that 3, and then LeBron spins and slams. 28, 14, and 12. And the Lakers win it by 7. Monday.
Hey, LeBron, last game you said your heart wasn't sustainable for double OT. It kind of disrespectful of your line routine after the game. Now you go overtime again. Do you blame the young plucky Thunder? How do you feel this time?
One thing that team do, they got a lot of energy. A lot of young guys, a lot of energy. They have no quit in them. Very well coached, and it needed overtime in order for us to win this game. We did enough things to close it out in regulation, but they was able to close the gap and forced to take another 5 minutes. So I'm good with 1. I'm good with 1 overtime compared to 2 overtimes, and get home a little bit earlier and not feel as my heart don't feel as bad as it did the other night.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Wesley Matthews. You've of course had how many teammates over 18 years, and just seeing guys that temporarily out of rotation come in and deliver like tonight, and then even specifically that pass that you made so many times to double team on the post, you kick it over the corner. That play specifically, but plus Wes.
Just a true professional, man. We all know what we signed up for when we came here, and Wes is, the same. And obviously, his competitive spirit. No, I don't think anyone would, be comfortable with not playing. But for the team and for the grand scheme of things, you just stay ready, and he did that. You never know what's going to happen. You didn't know that AC was going to be out. Didn't know AD was going to be out tonight, and so you just been putting in the work behind closed doors, behind the cameras and things of that nature, just staying ready. And tonight was that opportunity, and he made the most of it. And for me, I trust every teammate that's out on the floor. For me, if you're on the floor with me, late game, first quarter, throughout, doesn't matter. And he put himself in position, and I was able to find him, and he knocked it down.
Okay, Kyle Goon, please.
Hey, LeBron. Obviously, a bunch of these games in a row have been pretty tight, and they've also started a little slow. Maybe 4 games running now, even though they've all been wins. Are you guys starting games with enough urgency? And if not, what do you think you can personally do to kind of affect that change for the group?
Well, our pace tend to kicks up as the game goes on. I definitely can see that, and we definitely got to be more conscientious of how we start in games, and allowing ourselves to get down double digits, things of that nature is not it's not something we want. It's not something we want to have, long term. So, for myself and for the rest of the guys, we got to understand that we got to come in. I don't think it's sense of urgency because we play with sense of urgency. I just think it's the demeanor and our pace is very slow to start the game, and as the game go on, we start to pick it up. So, we can change that, and we understand that.
Okay, David Benjamin, please.
Hey, LeBron, you said that West knew what he was signing up for. Everyone knows what they're part of this team for, and sacrifice and professionalism is part of it. Tonight, he passed Steve Nash on the all-time three-pointers list. Do you guys do anything to celebrate, acknowledge that? Not that you would necessarily need it, but when a teammate does something like that over the course of the season, how do you guys make note of it?
The thing is, we did not even know it. But when he came into the locker room, he was the last one to come into the locker room, and we all clapped it up for him, barked, everything. Wes, that's what we're talking about, big time. Duz said, Duz gave him the game ball tonight. So he got that anyways, and we didn't even know that he passed Steve Nash tonight, an all-time three-point shooter, and that's just that's big time. And anytime you linked or pass or next to some of the greats that ever played the game, it's a testimony to you as an individual. So happy to be a part of tonight and his ability to do what he did.
Okay, Bill Orm, please.
Hey, LeBron. This is a 5-game winning streak for you guys, but with kind of the nature of some of them, with the overtimes and the comebacks and all of that, I'd be curious how do you kind of just assess the level of your guys' play over these 5 games, and then also when you there's 50 games left in the season, you've got a sense of what the season is and what it looks like. I mean, are you guys kind of like in the dog days of this season right now? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how many games we won in a row or not. We're playing every other day, and it's just like okay, the game is here. Let's go out and let's compete. Let's try to win. But I have no idea what our record is. I didn't even know we won 5 in a row. You just go out and compete. And some games, every game is going to be its own challenge, and we don't mind playing games that go down to the wire. We don't mind playing games where you got to execute. We have that championship DNA where, it's good. I mean, it's good for us to be tested. I love that. No matter who you're playing against, teams that take you down to the wire and make you execute and make you, you have to, be perfect defensively and offensively in order to win a game. So, it's pretty cool. I love it.
All right, we'll just take a couple more now. Dan Wojcicki, please.
After the Atlanta game, I think you're walking off the court and the Lakers camera finds you. You repeat, "I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I'm not tired." Tonight, we saw you take a quick nap on the scorer's table after the game. I see you yawn a couple times in this post game. Are you tired? Is this a tired team right now?
No, I mean, I can sleep right now because the game is over. I'm decompressed now, but shit, if we had more time to play, I'm ready to go. I could play right now if I need to go. All I need is a warm up. I can go to the weight room, get warmed up, and I can go right now. So, but I mean, at this point, it's 10:46. I'm gonna do my usual thing. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna drink some wine, and I'm gonna go to sleep. But that's just because my body is shut down now. I took a cold shower. My body is starting to shut down, but I'm ready to go home and get into bed at some point. I can't speak for the team. I don't know if the team is tired, but I'll be ready to go when we play again Wednesday. I'll be ready to go.
Okay, Mark Medina, please.
Sorry about that. Hey, LeBron, how do you wrap your head around Tom Brady getting his 7th Super Bowl yesterday? In lieu of that, with his longevity, do you have any set goal of how many more years you want to play?
How do I wrap my head around it? I mean, he's one of the GOATs. I've been watching him my whole life. It seemed like my whole life, but shit, I've been watching him for 20 years now, or how long he's been in the NFL. I watched him, when he was with, Michigan, playing against the Ohio State Buckeyes. So I've been watching him for quite a while now, and just to see, him go out and do the things that he's done, in his career. For him to win another one yesterday in the fashion that he won, it was pretty cool. It's very inspiring for a guy like myself. But two different sports, two different positions. I don't know how long I'm gonna play the game. I don't know how much more I'll be able to give to the game. But the way I feel right now, we'll see what happens. But I have no timetable on it. I have no year of okay, do I want to play till 30 this or 40 that? The game will let me know when it's.
Hey Frank, you had mentioned a couple of different times that you were going to need Wesley Matthews and Marquise Morris, but just with Wesley specifically, is a guy that's not used to playing, started every game last year. How about him coming in and playing this way after not being in a game since the 28th?
Exceptional performance by Wes tonight. That's the simplest way to put it. Incredible energy on both sides of the ball, but in particular defensively. In a game where this is a duck your head and drive the paint offensive attack without a lot of screening action. You need as many guys as you can that can contain the basketball. Two of our best containment guys, AD and Alex, being out. We definitely needed his toughness on that side of the ball, and then obviously hit some big threes and on a night where we couldn't throw it in the ocean. So he was great, and I thought Keith, a true pro, stayed ready, played a really good basketball game as well. Didn't get as many offensive opportunities, but both of those guys, were crucial in us getting this W tonight.
Frank's second straight big minute game for LeBron. Of course, hasn't missed one this year, and this season, as impressive as it is, do you want to try to stay away from that? How do you gauge that long term versus you want him in there to win the game? That balance there.
Yeah, we don't want to go to overtime, when we don't have to. But obviously he's going to want to be in there then, and we definitely want to be responsible with his minutes.
Okay, we're going to go with Dave McMenamin, please.
Frank, I want to ask you about the late game sequence in the fourth. First off, the coach's challenge, where you won the challenge, but obviously ended up giving OKC another shot at it because there was a tip-off at center court. And then also, when you're up three in late game situations, do you like to play it out? Or are you a guy who likes to foul on the floor? What's your kind of coaching technique there?
Yeah, if we have an approach for that. We prefer to foul if there's an opportunity intelligently to do so, and that typically means if the ball's inside the three. And the guy's bringing the ball up to court. It's risky. Our rule is to downward dribble if we can take one. We will try to take one. But if you're unsure, play it out is kind of how we play it and make them make a tough shot. Shea made a hell of a play with the shot fake and jump in, and you live with that. But we have situational ways that our guys are trained when to take the foul in that situation.
And then the challenge, Frank. You comfortable with the way that played out? Would you do it?
Yeah, we just didn't win the jump ball, But that's why there's a lot of times throughout the game where it's when to use your challenge, when to keep it, and sometimes it goes unused. In a situation where you could have used it 3, 4, 5 minutes in the fourth or even earlier in the game. We try to keep it till the end of the game, and for that situation specifically. Tonight it worked out that we were able to keep it. We had it, and that was a key play because it was all ball on a play at the rim, and we prevented those free throws. We just got to win the jump ball.
Okay, Bill Orm, please.
Hey Frank, it's a 5-game winning streak for you guys at this point. But when you kind of consider the nature of some of these wins, a couple of overtime games, the big comeback against Denver, Boston doesn't hit a game winner. Just how would you assess the way you guys have played over this stretch, kind of as on the whole?
Yeah, certainly can be better. I want to improve our discipline, but I feel like our guys are playing hard. We're not shooting the ball well right now. We had a ton of great looks tonight from the perimeter, and they didn't fall. When you have a tough shooting night, you got to win it with your defense, and that's what we did. We buckled down. In the second half was better defensively than the first half, and in overtime they scored 2 points. So it's imperfect, but You know, we enjoy wins as part of our culture. Is, you know, we talk about, like, there's going to be some quote unquote frustrating wins that we're going to enjoy and that we're going to learn from, and move on to the next game. And you know, I think this team showed us why they got 7 road wins with how hard they play. And you know, I think tonight's game is a good lesson for what we're going to face in 2 nights. It's not going to be an easy game.
Okay, Kyle Boone, please.
Frank, I actually have 2 questions, but first I just want to follow up on what Bill just asked. Is there a correlation between sort of the lack of gym time, practice time, and the shooting you guys are going through? I mean, is it just like guys are having a harder time going to the gym or getting reps? And as a separate question, what did you get from Dennis in that final minute of regulation on both ends?
Yeah, well, he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the game. You know, so I'll start with that one. You know, I have to go back and look at the tape. I know he hit some big buckets for us. Got fouled, I think. I'll have to look at the tape, but you know, he's been key for us in a lot of these late game situations because of what he can do on both sides of the ball. And you know, the shooting correlation, you know, I think it's just, you know, sometimes, you know, you guys get a little heavy-legged at certain points throughout the season. I feel like we're a little bit there right now, and you know, we just got to fight through that stuff.
Okay, Dan Wojcicki, please.
Frank, I apologize if I have some audio stuff on my end. It's a little glitchy up here. How much of what we're seeing, kind of along the lines of what Bill and Kyle were just talking about, is just sort of the cumulative effects of everything since, you know, the short off season, the energy that the team would maybe get from coming into camp, but sort of now the realization that, you know, there's still 50 games left in this season. Is that going to be? Do you think any of that is happening right now?
Yeah, possibly, but you know, we're not looking at that. You know, we don't want to make excuses, and you know, it's just the situation we're in. This is the hand we've been dealt, and you know, we're not looking at that as an excuse. You know, we just got to keep grinding and keep putting in the work. You know, that's what our culture has been about here, is focus on the work, be diligent in our preparation, our daily growth in the film room, and you know, in our shooting repetition, you know, and all those types of things. So we'll continue to stay the course with those things, and you know, those things will play out in a positive way over.
To the association, in his new book, Inside the NBA Bubble, a championship season under quarantine, Lakers' Jared Dudley revealed his team was primed for the battle for LA because of Paul George saying, quote, "We hear some of the guys talking about how they're the team to beat in LA. It's fine if Kawhi Leonard says stuff like that. He's defending a championship. But we think it's disrespectful for Paul George, who hasn't won, to put himself on the level of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This kind of stuff motivates us." Last night, Paul George with the kill him with kindness approach.
God bless him. God bless you, Jared Dudley. I don't know what it is. Dudes love throwing my name and stuff, but God bless you, Jared.
Stephen A., do you believe Dudley?
No, I don't. I don't believe him at all. I respect Jared Dudley. I think he's a really good guy, really smart guy, and I'm not trying to throw any shade on him, but I don't believe him, and I say that respectfully because I definitely believe it was more about Kawhi Leonard. Let me say this. Paul George is averaging 27 against the Lakers. He did average 26 last year against the Lakers. Paul George is an all-star caliber player. He is not a scrub, and he happens to be one of the nicest people you'd ever meet, to be quite honest with you. Incredibly respectful. He's a professional. He's a good dude. He might have had differences with certain players like a Montrezl Harrell or somebody, but Paul George is a good guy. Let's be very, very clear about that. He's not one of those guys that's an a-hole and he motivates you to really, really come at him night and day because of your disdain for him. You run across the NBA, you don't find guys that feel that way about Paul George. Now, they might feel something along the lines like Kawhi's a champion and you're not. But it's not like they look at Paul George like he's some scrub and you know what, let's go and give it to him because it ain't gonna be that easy. The brother can play. But the reason I bring up Kawhi is because once again, we've got yet another person that's trying to downplay or shove aside the significance of what Kawhi Leonard did or what Kawhi Leonard could do. Let's focus on what he did. He won the championship in Toronto. Signed on with New Balance, even before that, actually. Come to L.A., got the commercial for New Balance, driving the convertible down the highway in L.A. and the king's crown dangling from his mirror and all of this other stuff. He was coming for LeBron because LeBron wasn't a champion. He was. And he was like, I'm the reigning defending champion now, and I'm coming to your town. And by the way, I'm not coming to you. I'm coming to come at you, as Max Kellerman has so astutely highlighted in the past. That's what Kawhi Leonard was doing. And if you LeBron James, you knew everybody and their mama was waiting for that confrontation. Yes, Lakers, Clippers. Yes, Paul George with Kawhi against Anthony Davis and LeBron. Also, but they were waiting for LeBron versus Kawhi. And anybody who tries to deny that, I ain't even trying to listen to them. I'm not even trying to listen to them because everybody was waiting for that confrontation. And that's why we still ticked off that the Clippers didn't come through.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.